All right, so I've got a 2002 John Deere 270 skid steer with a bad alternator and serpentine belt. So today, let's get those changed. I went ahead and ordered some brand new ones from John Deere himself. The belt number, and John Deere does not make the factory alternator anymore. So this is an aftermarket one, and this is the part number on that. All right, for starters, we got to get this baby opened up. We're gonna open the back door, lift this top gate, dropped up. And then after that, we got to get the shield open. All right, so the shield is pretty easy to get off. It just sits on this little stud and resists down into the side of the skid steer. All you got to do is lift it up. And if you have the arms down like I do in the skid steer, you just kind of got to shimmy it out, and it slides right up and frees up your space. Just like that, you got easy access to the alternator and your belt down here. Now let's get them replaced. First, I'm going to loosen this alternator tension bolt with a 13mm socket. With that tension bolt loose, you can go ahead and either push or pull the alternator to loosen up your belt. Now with that belt loose, you can wiggle it around the alternator pulley there. Now before you go ahead with replacing your alternator, one way you can tell your alternator is bad is like mine is here. This pulley should free spin. I cannot move it at all. It won't budge. If I use one hand, two hand, nothing. Unlike this little drive belt down here, that pulley just spins easy. This one should do the same. It's stuck. We need to replace it. Next, you can go ahead with the 10mm socket and remove these bolts and leads. I'd recommend taking a picture of the back so you put it back together the way you took it apart. After you get that shield off, it's always a good idea to disconnect the battery before you're going to mess around with that alternator. All right, now that you have these three leads disconnected from the back of the alternator, you're going to take a 15mm socket and remove this bottom bolt here. And then after that, you should be able to remove the alternator itself. All right, now that we have that old alternator removed, let's install the new one. All right, and before you go to take that belt off, you're gonna wanna take this fan covering off. So you use a 13mm socket and remove all these bolts and get that out of there. All right, so we are now to the point where we can take out our old belt and put in our new one. And make sure you keep track of how the belt goes in there. And if you've already taken it out, I use my Picasso skills to draw up how it sits in there. So on the bottom, you have your drive pulley. Above that, you have your fan, water pump, the little silver spinning one, and your alternator. And this is the exact diagram of the way the belt goes in there. And it'll fit pretty snug all the way loose, but you'll get it. It's not too bad. Right, so now we have our new belt in, and all you're gonna wanna do is pull on the alternator backwards, snug up that belt, tighten it down, connect your battery, and let's see if it did the job. All right, so it looks like that brand new alternator and serpentine belt did the trick for us. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that fan guard back on, the side shield back on, and make sure to get those battery terminals all snugged up. We're gonna put this baby away. And if this video helped you guys out, make sure to drop a comment and let me know how it did. Thanks for watching.